up, dudes and dudettes of the internet? Welcome back to my channel. Darcy Pearl here, and I thought today it would be fun if you guys got ready with me, you know, and I maybe told you a little story about one of my first experiences kind of being welcomed into Vegas. So if that sparks an interest in you, grab your coffee, your drink, whatever it is you drink in the morning, I don't know, and grab your makeup. If you don't wear makeup, maybe grab some lotion, I don't know. And stick around because I got a fun story for you guys. Right, let's get started.
Oh my God, you are a dick!
I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great.
Okay, okay. Gotta get that back. Let's get it back. Okay, so moving into Vegas, first let me just say that I did not know what Vegas was like, what parts were good, what parts were bad. I knew nothing about Vegas. I had never been here before, prior to moving here. And I accidentally moved myself into the hood, okay? And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh my God, what does she consider the hood? Girl, listen, it was the hood. I don't care what anyone tells me, I lived in the hood. And just to kind of give you insight to the hood, I lived next to tons of prostitutes, drug addicts. I mean, someone was shot and killed outside of our apartment. Our apartment got shot out because they were trying to get our upstairs neighbors. Some lady, one of our neighbors, had a dead baby in her freezer. What else? I got attacked by a tweaker like at 7 in the morning when I was taking my dog to go to the bathroom, who then proceeded to chase me back to my apartment, try to kick in my door, tried to break my window. I actually had to get my gun out because she was like on drugs and it freaked me out. I had my son with me. He was in his bedroom. Like, dude, it was just crazy. It was crazy living in these fucking apartments, dude. And anyway, so when we moved there, like I said, it didn't look ghetto. It looked like it was an old apartment complex. So I didn't really think anything of it. You know, I don't really mind old buildings or houses. I actually kind of prefer them because they have a little more character. I just like them better. And so it was not a big deal to me. I need a towel. Sorry, guys. Anyway, so yeah, it was ghetto. With that being said, a lot of the people around there, okay, also before I get into this next part, I am from Washington State, and in Washington State, we are a lot of the people there are just very peaceful, easygoing. We all kind of talk to each other. We talk to our neighbors. We compliment people as they walk by. Oh, I like your hair. I like your skirt, whatever. Like, we're just really friendly there. So that's kind of what I was used to. So I was still in that mode of like Washington Darcy. So I was super nice to everyone, even though I was warned. I was actually warned when I first moved here, be careful who you trust. Okay, just be careful. And when I moved into that apartment, specifically, I was told, don't talk to the people over there, Darcy. Whatever you do, don't talk to them. Don't make friends with any of those people. Just don't do it. Okay, now I wouldn't be Darcy if I didn't listen to them. So I didn't listen to them. And so I found myself giving all the tweakers in the neighborhood rides to everywhere. And I don't know if you guys have experienced tweakers firsthand, but tweaker shit is like, oh, we're going to one place. One place actually means 1,000 places, okay? And I was a sucker and I did that shit. Oh man, I was suckered hard. One of my neighbors who I kind of had befriended a little bit, she looked totally normal, you guys. Good hygiene, was, you know, just well kept, dressed nice, was pretty, probably in her like early to mid 40s. Seemed totally normal, you know, and sometimes I would have drinks with her outside, like we would sit and talk, whatever. She seemed relatively normal, so whatever. She came over one night and asked me for a ride to her friend's house right around the corner. And I was like, dude, if it really is right around the corner, I will give you a ride. And also, what happened to your car? Because, by the way, she had a car. And she was like, oh, it broke down. And I had saw her driving it that day. But it's like, you know, you never know when someone's car is going to break down. So I totally believed that shit. So I take her to her friend's house. And, you know, at the time when I drove her, I had a very distinct car. I still had Washington plates. My paint job was, it was really pretty, and it was like this purpley cherry color. I don't know. It was very pretty though, and I had big old rims on my car. My car was pretty distinct, I'd say. You could point it out pretty easy. And so I park right up in the driveway because I'm thinking this is her friend's house, okay? And I'm bumping my music. I have my window down, and she's taking fucking forever. So I'm like, what is this chick doing right now? So I call her, oh, hey, come in. Just come in real quick. We'll be fast. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll just go in real quick. Maybe I could speed her up, you know, light a fire under her ass, whatever, to hurry up so we can fucking go, you know? Because I had been there for at least a half hour at this point. So I walk in through the front door. So I'm thinking everything's totally normal right now, right? And nothing weird yet. And so I get in there and it's all dark and there's no one in there but her. And I'm thinking, like, where are her friends at? So I asked her, I said, where's your friends? Oh, they're not here right now. Just start grabbing whatever you want. Just grab whatever you want. And I see her loading shit up into a box, and I'm like, is this bitch robbing this house right now? Am I being tricked into robbing a motherfucking house right now? And yeah, yes, I was being tricked into robbing a house. She tricked me into giving her a ride and helping her rob this house. So I'm like, holy shit, no, dude, I'm good. And I say that to her, and she's like, she starts getting in my face, and she's like, oh, you're good, like freaking out like I'm gonna rat her out or something. And so at that moment I realize, holy shit, this chick is high on meth. And listen, I'm not scared of people, okay? I'm an adult ass lady, and I'm gonna say what I feel to most people. But I am not about to start a fight or get into a fight with a fucking tweaker. No, because let me tell you what, it is like fighting Hulk. And you will lose, okay? They're immortal, okay? They're immortal when they're on drugs. You can't fuck with them. You can tase a tweaker. You can tase them. And they straight up will do some somersaults and come back around for you, okay? There's just no fighting a tweaker. So, yeah, I'm not trying to fight her. So I look at her and I'm like, okay, like, no, I'll grab some stuff. Like, let's just fucking get this shit done. So I'm like shitting my pants because I'm like, what the fuck am I going to steal? Obviously, I'm not stealing nothing of value here. Okay, so my ass grabbed an extension cord and a thermos. That's what I stole. Okay, not proud of myself, by the way, but I had to do it. And so she's like grabbing all this shit. She's like, grab that computer, grab this, grab that. I'm like, I don't need any of this shit. And I don't want to be robbing a house right now. Like, what? What is happening? Like, okay, so she packs all her shit up in the house, whatever. Then we venture on out into the garage. And this is an old person's house, so I'm feeling extra bad about this because I'm like, dude, I'm robbing a grandma right now. Like, well, I'm not robbing anything besides a thermos and extension cord, but whatever. This is an old person's house. I'm feeling like shit because I'm like, dude, if someone ransacked my fucking grandma's house, I would be so upset. That is so upsetting. So we go out to the garage. There's a car out there and like medical equipment, and she starts wanting to take all the medical equipment and all this stuff. Pretty soon, she starts looking for the keys to the goddamn car. No, girl, I'm not into this. And I snapped because I was like, girl, I'm not stealing no car. Like, I'm done with this. I'm leaving. Like, we're done here. And I like lost my shit because I'm thinking like, oh my God, you know, if the cops were to come or if we were to get caught doing this, like, they're not gonna believe me that I was tricked into robbing a house? Like, listen to that. Listen to that sentence. I was tricked into robbing a house. Does that even sound real? Oh, sorry guys. There's no ghost in here. It's just, did it with my arm. Anyways, they're not gonna believe that shit. They are not gonna believe that shit. Okay, so I'm gonna be screwed and they're not gonna believe my story and I'm like gonna lose my license over this shit. Like, I'm like new to Vegas, so I'm like, I don't wanna go to jail. Like, I don't wanna lose my license. Like, what is happening right now? So I freak out and she's like, okay, I'll come back later. And so she puts all her stolen goods in my goddamn car. We drive home. As she's unloading it and stuff at home, I run home to my dude and I start bawling my eyes out. And I'm like, oh my God, like I totally was just a part of this, you know, lady robbing this old woman or these old people. Like, I'm so upset. Like, I flipped out. I was so upset, guys. And what the hell? You know what? I'm just gonna put that there. So I was just super upset, freaking out, whatever. Okay, so the next morning, we're gonna call this chick Karen. Karen comes over with some of the bigger stolen items and tries to convince Shane and me to store them at her house. And I'm like, you know, freaking out. I like left the door because I was like, I'm not dealing with her. Like, are you kidding me? I literally felt sick to my stomach for so long after that because of that. And so, you know, my dude's like telling her, like, you know, if we see you back over here, if you come near my girlfriend again, like, we're calling the cops, you know, stay the fuck away from here, you know. And anyways, so you guys are probably wondering why we didn't call the cops. Okay, in this neighborhood we lived in, like, you don't call the cops. And I know that sounds really kind of stupid, but the people that we were living next to, they know people, okay? And the politics over there is just crazy. You can't call the cops. Like, people will retaliate against you, okay? I mean, we had seen retaliation with someone burning down a chick's apartment. One of our neighbors' apartments got burned down. Someone else tried to go over and stab someone. Like, we would, just trust me, you can't be calling the cops in that type of neighborhood. At least if you do, they can't know it was you. Okay, so we didn't call the cops on her because she was just sketchy. And she also, okay, this is the funnest part, right? So I find out, why did she look like, how did she look normal, right? Because she did drugs, so how did she not look like she did drugs? Like, you know, come to find out, this chick had just gotten out of prison, which right there, she obviously was clean in prison. She has to be. And she just got out of prison for stabbing her motherfucking husband. Okay, so I had good reason to be scared of that bitch. Okay, and after that, I did not talk to anyone in that neighborhood ever again. And I didn't talk to that chick either ever again. Like, I would see her and she would try to wave at me and I just ignore her because that was the craziest shit ever. Like, who gets tricked into robbing a goddamn house? Like, how does that even happen? Well, guess what? That's how it happens. That very story is how it happens. Don't give question marks fucking rides anywhere, okay? Because you never know where you're taking them. Unless you know who the person is, like it's a friend or something. Don't give people rides. Holy shit. Oh, anyways, that chick actually ended up, we moved out of the apartments. Oh my God. And I forgot to tell you guys, like a week later, I was at the gas station. Guess who comes rolling up in that car? In that very car that was in that garage, comes rolling up to get some gas. Yeah, she went back and stole that car, and she drove it around for so long, like months. I saw her in this car for months, guys. And so I don't know if she ever got caught for that or what, but yeah, so that's my story behind being tricked into robbing a house, basically. Pretty much how they roll in the hood here. They do crazy ass shit. Alright guys, well thanks for getting ready with me today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe as well. I have a new video out every Friday for you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go finish doing my hair and get ready for work. Mama's gonna make that money. So until next time, adios, mother truckers.